Good morning, all.
Good morning. Am I audible? Morning. Am I audible, Dr. Smita?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Clearly audible. Okay.
Thanks.
Sir, Professor Edis, sir, please unmute, sir, remute yourself. Okay, sir. So, on behalf of C.V. Raman Global University, I welcome you all to the AICTE approved Atal Faculty Development Program on Waste Technology. The objective of the current FDP is to find ways to decrease the production of industrial waste and also to utilize waste materials kindly mute yourself, all of you, please. So much background knowledge is there.
Otherwise, madam, you can mute, I think, everybody. There may be option.
Mute her. Unmute now. So the objective of the current FDP is to find ways to decrease the production of industrial waste and also to utilize these waste materials in an effective way to sustain our environment. Now I request Dr. D.K. Biswal, Head of the School of Mechanical Engineering of C.V. Raman Global University, to deliver the welcome address to the gathering of intellectuals. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Sri P.K. Sahu, Director, CPET Bhubaneswar. Guest of honor, Professor Sunil Sarangi, our academic advisor, and Professor N.S. Das, Professor C.V. Raman Global University, Odisha. Respected Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Dr. B.S. Satyanarayana. Program Coordinator Dr. Sunita Rautrai, esteemed speaker of this program, dignified guests, faculty community of CGU Odisha and of other reputed institutes and the participants. A very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, C.V. Raman Global University, Odisha, I welcome you all to the AICTE Training and Learning Atal Academy sponsored Faculty Development Program on Waste Technology. The Department of Mechanical Engineering, established in 1997, is one of the premier department of CGU Odisha. Offers BTech, MTech and PhD programs. From the years together, the department has evolved not only with the quality of teaching being imparted, but also with the kind of practical exposure or industry-like exposure with the help of latest technological advancement in the form of various center of excellence like HVAC, Holding, Tool Room Center, Tata Technology Limited under the Department of Mechanical Engineering, which makes the student industry fit. The department not only focuses on the quality of teaching, but also on the research aspect also. The department already has funding around 1.5 crores from various government bodies like DST, BRNS and consultancy project from NALCO and Tata Steel. I really thanks AICT for coming up with such a brilliant idea of going ahead in the field of gaining knowledge by sharing, despite a lot of restrictions being imposed in various parts of our country due to COVID-19. This FDP is going to continue for the next 5 days till 25th December 2020. And I hope this gives the participant the kind of exposure of technical and practical knowledge which they all are looking for in this program. My best wishes to all the dignified speakers and all the participants. I wish all the very best to the organizing team to put up a successful show for the coming 5 days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I request the chair, Professor B.S. Satyanarayan, also the Vice Chancellor. Before that, I must speak. Professor Satyanarayan holds a PhD in electrical. He has 35 years of experience working in R&D institutions, working with global partners in Russia and China. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure. Actually, it's my first opportunity to engage with all of you after joining the university. It's indeed apt that say we are talking about sustainable industrial waste management for sustainable environment. So I welcome the chief guest of the day, Dr. Sahu, Director CPET, and our advisors, Professor and Professor Das, and of course our key organizing department, mechanical engineering head, Dr. Biswal, and Dr. Sunita Rai, the coordinator, for giving me an opportunity to have a brief inputs or share my thoughts on this occasion. I'm sure we are all aware the whole world is looking at sustainable development. Sustainable development become a very key enabler today for anything and everything. That's why even the government of India and Niti Aayog has also formulated all those 17 sustainable development goals as key enablers for even our national development. And in this context, I think it's very critical for us to also understand that sustainable development. Why? Because we are increasingly, there is shortage of resources as we are growing. If it is were to be business as usual, I think if currently if we have something like about say 45 billion tons of major resources that are used, typically I would say 9 materials are predominantly used in all our day-to-day activity, starting from say steel, cement, aluminium, plastic, glass, wood, and also say primary crops and say cattle. So among these 9, I think they literally, if we could work on a sustainable basis, we would save about 35% of carbon dioxide emission. We would save about let us say 90% plus of water usage, and of course 80% of land usage could be optimized. And therefore it is very apt that we are looking at transforming India through industrial growth, and that industrial growth cannot happen with business as usual. It has to be with a very clear-cut, focused effort on industrial waste management in a sustainable manner. And therefore I think we need to be seriously looking at sustainable development of waste management, all of our resources. And even more important is that it's not just waste management. I think the whole world actually now is looking at something called a circular economy. So how do you, not just optimize your wastage processes, that is, you start from first working with material which are, if we don't do that, we have huge risks of increased cost, non-availability of materials, maybe even damage to our environment, so, and huge amount of scarcity. So looking at all of this, I think we need to look at circular economy enabled by sustainable development goal as a key enabler, and therefore it's very good that we are talking about sustainable development. And I'm happy to say that I have had some privilege of working on sustainability over the last say 15 to 20 years, including as a US advisor. We were involved in working with government of India when the 7 initial missions for environment that were taken up, or equally in the 2 institutions that I was earlier involved. Happy to say we created literally a sustainable campus in terms of zero water, zero environment, zero waste capability, retrofitting, and at a very low cost. So it's very nice that, and we're looking now at the industrial waste management. And therefore, the key enablers, I believe, for circular economy is that, we first and foremost look at all our process to be reliable or durable. They last long as far as possible. Then there's a renewability built into it. And above that, after that, we have to be very sure as far as possible, we reuse it, repair it, and if necessary, even refurbish it, and definitely reduce usage of material process, and more importantly, look at recycling and reprocessing so that we could even have transformation of new materials. And so all of this multiple R's, I want to call this as a Navashakti of our transformation or industrial enabling. And just for example, we were happy to, for example, in one of I was associated with the CIA Environment Panel in Bangalore. We offered our support. We worked with the local MSME industry cluster to look at their waste, from as simple as their cotton waste to, for example, looking at the sand dust, granite sawing for tiles. We realized that there was huge amount of waste which the companies were finding it very difficult to be compliant because they could not dispose. So from our just 15, 20 days of, with a bit of planning, it was a 4-month study which we did a bit of planning. Had about our 250 students go into the 1,800 industry in 15 days and collect data. And from that, we were able to showcase that we were close to, for example, just the granite quarry. There was about 10,000 tons of granite waste which was sent into the drainage. If it were equally properly collected and processed, it went into, cement for construction in a modified way for prefabricated blocks. Similarly, the cotton waste and other things became somewhere fuel, somewhere raw material. And this is just to say one example of 3 months, which effectively generated close to, say, 1,000 crores of opportunity over the year. So I think it's very apt and very serious that we look at sustainable industrial, waste management of industrial waste, and especially looking at sustainable environment. And from this, more importantly, look at circular economy, because circular economy alone in next 10 years is supposed to enable close to 4.5 trillion opportunity. And of this 4.5 trillion, India is supposed to have $1 trillion opportunity. And so if we have to leverage all of this, the academic institutions, the local industries, the government, the NGOs, all of us have to work together. And it's a huge opportunity, definitely, of enabling ourselves and our environment, but even more important opportunity of entrepreneurship, research, publication. So I think it's a mind-blowing opportunity, and I'm very happy that we are having this program, and I'm sure we will leverage all the linkages that we have connected or created over this 4 or 5 days of workshop to see that we take it forward into practice, into research, in product, process development, or possibly entrepreneurial development. Because just to mention, for example, some of our students who did some of this waste management and batteries in my previous institution, today I've set up a complete e-waste for lithium-ion batteries, and it is already funded, and I am also partly associated with advising that company. So I think a great opportunity, and if we can seriously look at waste management, sustainable development into circular economy, all linked, it's an opportunity for transition or transformation towards economic, social, and environmental benefit, and definitely innovation and entrepreneurship. Thanks again for having me right in the morning for this great program, and I look forward to useful results coming out of this. Have a great workshop over the next few days. Thanks again to all our kind guests for consenting to be part of this program, and we look forward to working with all of you over the next few years to come, so that we truly enable transformation around ourselves in Bhubaneswar, in Orissa, in India, and maybe across the globe. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, now I request guest of honor of the FDP, Professor Sunil Kumar Sarangi is on this area. Professor Sarangi was the former director of NIT Rourkela and a noteworthy cryogenic engineering educator. Presently, he is holding the position of academic advisor of the C.V. Raman Global University. Sir, please.
Thank you, Sunita, for giving me a chance to speak to such distinguished people. Can you hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay. So, when I was young, I had a lot of hair on my head. One of my senior students once asked me a question. He said, in a village, who do not shave themselves. Whoever doesn't do his own shaving, barber does the shaving for him. Then who does the shaving of the barber? How does he cut his hair? How does he shave? So these kind of anomalies are really taught in the subject of logic. That's what I was taught. Now, why I am telling this story is like this, that what we find that they change the school syllabus. What they do, they all the school teachers teaching that particular subject, mathematics or English or history or whatever, bring them to a college and make the college professor so that they go back to the school trained in the new curriculum. New technology comes. Folks in industry, the MD finds that his people do not know enough on the new technology. So he organizes a course, invites university professors who teach them all about the physics and chemistry of the new technology. Who teaches the professors? It's like the barber shaving everybody who do not shave himself. It's the same way. The professors teach everybody who cannot teach themselves. Then who teaches the professors? The professors actually are special in this world because they can teach themselves. In college, people had not heard of an entire field of computer science. People had not heard of an entire field of biotechnology. And there might be many, and a subject like metallurgy was barely being heard when I was in college. But those are extremely established subjects today. And who taught the professors how to teach computer science and how to teach biotechnology and how to teach metallurgy? And probably I 1908, Jadavpur University did not introduce electrical engineering because there are no takers. Then who taught electrical engineering to the universities in India? Professors are special because they can teach themselves. Now, why I am telling? I am finding too many faculty development programs where almost every speaker is invited from a far reputed institute like the IIT, Bombay, Delhi, Kharagpur, Madras, or from industry, which is legitimate because they come from another profession. And our country is seriously lacking in confidence among the professors, except in some hand-picked institutions. Now, behind bringing these stories to my audience is to create greater sense of confidence among professors of lesser institutions. We belong to one of that category, and so that we learn to teach ourselves by peer learning. So we can simply that we are the best, and people in our stage of development, other universities, other colleges are just equally good, and we learn to educate ourselves in a group. Individually, every individual is weak. He may be a top institute person, but as an individual, he is a pretty small man. But combined together, we are And if we realize and have the confidence, then we would educate ourselves much. I asked Surita Madam, how many people from CV Raman this faculty development? She says we have two. It's a very good representation. So I congratulate and appreciate her spirit in seeing that CV Raman University is well represented in the list of faculty, and people similarly placed should be around in bigger numbers. I would number could be still higher, and so I, with these words, I would like to thanks to Professor our Vishwal, the head of the department, and Professor Sunita Madam, who is the coordinator of this program, and for recording my gratitude for giving me the opportunity to sharing these thoughts with everybody. And I give my respects to our new Vice Chancellor, Professor Sitharana, and also to our chief guest, Professor P.K. Sahu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The honor of the FDP, Professor N.S. Das sir, to speak few words about the program. Professor Das has retired from NIT Rourkela as a professor, and presently he is working as a professor emeritus in the School of Mechanical Engineering of C.V. Raman Global University. His area of specialization is farming. Sir, please.
Vice Chancellor of CGU, Professor B.S. Satyanarayana, Academic Advisor, Professor S.K. Sarangi, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Professor D.K. Biswal, Chief Guest, Dr. P.K. Sahu, and Organizer, Professor S. Rautrai. At the outset, I must congratulate the organizer and the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering for arranging this FDP on such an important topic such as waste technology. I also thank them for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words on the above subject. Waste management or waste disposal includes all activities and actions required to manage waste from its inception to final disposal. This includes the collection, transport, treatment, and disposal of waste. According to its form, the waste is classified as solid, liquid, and gas. According to its source of origin, it is classified as industrial waste, commercial waste, human waste, and animal waste. Waste management refers to the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Of the 3 forms of waste, maximum importance has been given to the reduction of the gaseous waste due to its impact on global climate change. Burning fossil fuels release greenhouse gases, resulting in global warming. This has been especially clear after the development of faster modes such as cars,
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Now, shall I start from the beginning or no?
No, sir. You are speaking about the gaseous waste, sir. From that you can start.
Yes. I'm going to. So it's all right. Water pollution is especially important in India because about 80% of Indian rivers are polluted due to dumping of garbage and discharge of industrial waste. Even the turbidity level of drinking water in India is much higher compared to that in Europe. It is estimated that about 1.5 million children die every year in India due to drinking of polluted water. Water treatment is a critical consideration in India, but it is not easy, as may be seen from the progress of Namami Ganga project by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. However, some housing complexes in Mumbai and other cities have water treatment facilities. They treat sewage water and use it for gardening. India, with its large population and mega cities, requires reliable waste management system without which sustained economic growth is not possible. The key to efficient waste management is to ensure proper segregation of waste at source and to ensure that the waste goes through different streams of recycles and resource recovery. The reduced waste is then dumped in scientific landfills. A study by IIT Kanpur reveals that at least 15% of the total waste generated in the country can be recovered, providing jobs to about 500,000 rag pickers. It is believed that 3/4 of all municipal solid waste budget is spent in collection and transportation, leaving very little for organic or resource recovery. But some examples of scientific waste management are seen, such as reuse of beverage bottles and cans after cleaning and drying, generation of gobar gas for household use in rural areas, manufacture of bricks using steel plant slags as clinkers, in concrete industry using mud from aluminum extraction for manufacture of ceramic tiles, making briquettes from agricultural waste for household cooking in rural areas. Waste management in India is traditional. Awareness in this direction houses are playing in this effort. Karan Steel Plant is said to earn rupees 550 crore every year from its wastes. This plant was awarded the Green Environmental Award for 2020. The Reliance Group seems to have developed a technology where rejected plastics can be used for road construction to prevent seepage of water. The Kejriwal government in Delhi has also claimed to have developed a technology in collaboration with some academic institutions for converting the stubs left out in the fields after harvesting of wheat and rice to useful manure, thus reducing air pollution in months of November and December in North Indian cities. I'm sure some of these key issues are going to be discussed in the FDP by learned experts in this field. I wish this function a grand success. Thanking you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I request the Chief Guest of the FDP, Sri P.K. Sahu, Principal Director and Head of CPET Bhubaneswar. He has more than 28 years of experience in CPET. Before joining CPET Bhubaneswar, he was Chief Manager Project at CPET Bhopal. Sri Sahu has expertise in chemical technology, particularly in the field of plastics. Sir, please.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Dr. Dilip Kumar Vishwal, HOD Mechanical Engineering Department CGU, Professor B.S. Satyanaran, Vice Chancellor CGU, Odisha, Professor Sunil Kumar Sarangi, Advisor CGU, Odisha, Professor N.S. Das, Senior Professor CGU, Odisha, and the lady behind this program, Dr. Sunita Rautrai, the program coordinator. This program is regarding this waste management or waste technology. The thing is that actually if you manage the waste, definitely will get well. That means actually whatever waste we are generating, from that, if we can manage properly, we can get a lot of wealth. At present, actually, Professor N.S. Das told something that Delhi government is doing that, Reliance is doing that. Professor B.S. Satyanarayana was telling that stone dust, out of stone dust, we can generate a lot of money, something like that. So in Odisha also, a lot of urban development department, they have taken a lot of challenges in municipality area like Paradip, Anugol, and a lot of municipal area. Bhubaneswar, that already started. That one is solid waste, another is that compostable waste. Out of compostable waste, actually, they have made a lot of sheds. They are making this compost and they are selling it. And out of that, that means whatever the waste they are collecting from households, they are generating a lot of money out of that. Actually, that is, they are running with in a PPP mode and generating a lot of money after making that waste to compost. Similarly, human waste also they are making in Anul. I have visited. They are making a lot of compostable things for farmers and for agriculture, and particularly this vermicomposting and composting also to small farmers they are selling. So the thing is that when we are generating waste, if we can manage that waste with a simple technology, definitely we can get a lot of things. One simple example I'm telling you that everybody, because I'm coming from plastic fraternity, so everybody is using plastics. Without plastic, we cannot live. That means actually we have taken in hand that brush in the morning that is made of plastics, or bucket we are using, or mug we are using. That every day we are not disposing that brush or disposing that bucket, but every day we are disposing milk pouch. Every house actually we are those are essential plastics, single-use plastics. We are telling that actually single-use plastic to be banned. Actually, some plastics are there that cannot be banned. If you will see this in this pandemic time, that PP kits means that suits actually these warriors, COVID warriors, they used to wear in hospitals, and that those are made up of plastics, or your mask, anything actually. If you see, all are plastics. That saved lakhs of people or human lives. The thing is that actually after using, actually how we are disposing that plastic, that is great concern. If you see some areas in developed countries, they are managing plastic waste in a very technological or a methodological manner, so that actually no plastic waste is visible in their cities. Particularly in India, some cities are they have termed as plastic-free zone. That plastic-free zone does not mean that they are not using plastics. They are using plastics, but they are managing that plastics, like essential plastic in hospital, essential plastic in domestic. For example, biscuits or any foodstuffs in some packages are there, milk pouches are there, or some water bottles are there. Those are essential things. Actually, no replacement has been made. You know that actually India is a highly populated or highly dense country. They are actually alternative source packing of milk. So far, it has not been decided. In small population, you can use some reusable glass bottles or something like that. Actually, some Western countries they used to use these glass bottles, but in India it may not be possible. That catering huge population in the cities, it may not be possible. So the thing is that we have to adopt certain technology how to manage these plastics. If study says, actually, when I was there in Sipet Lucknow, there in one cantonment area, we have taken up a small project through school children's. That actually that assignment has been given to the school children's up to 10th standards. Actually, we told that actually whatever plastics are being used in your house, you just collect it. Do not throw any plastic in your dustbins, like milk pouches or any chocolate wrappers or any biscuit wrappers or any form of plastic packaging is coming from the market by your father or mother. You just keep all those plastics. If that is a used one, you just wash it and clean it and dry it and bring to the schools. Then we will pay you money. That means those plastics which will go to directly to the dustbin and to the municipal solid waste. Actually, that may not be having any value. Rather, it will give a lot of issues for human beings, issues for the animals, issues for everybody. So when we are stopping that, going to the dustbin, and we are just managing, drying it, keeping it, and we are bringing to a small place, then we can tie up with some recyclers and they will easily pay per kg 10 rupees. So that actually we have seen that actually their newspaper bills or 50 rupees or 100 rupees mobile charges bills can be reimbursed through those plastics. That means by simply managing that plastics, not going to the dustbins. One simple example, just I am telling you, a lot of plastics you are seeing any city in India. If you go, just reaching that city by train or reaching the city by bus or by air, whatever, just coming out from the airport or going to the airport or just reaching the station or coming out of the station, roadside you see that huge lots of plastic waste are there, nobody is picking up. Why they are not picking? Because you know that plastic is a very low density matter. That means actually that volume seems very big, but if you collect it and if you weigh it, that will be very less. So these rag pickers are not picking all those plastics because the recycler will pay in terms of kgs. That means in one day, mostly he may collect 1 to 2 kg. So if you just recall your memory is 10 years back, that plastic bottles, that means used for this mineral water packing or water bottles, those bottles were not picking up by these rag pickers because that technology was not there at that time. 10 years back, actually everywhere that plastic bottles were there. Nowadays, actually, if you see in and around, no plastic bottles are there because that technology has been made that out of plastic bottles, that waste bottles, we can make fibers. Out of that fibers we are making t-shirts. So that is very high cost values. Similarly, some small example just I am showing you or telling you that in India particularly 95 lakhs to 100 lakhs ton of plastic wastes are generating per annum. That means 100 lakh tons we are generating. Out of that, 60 lakh tons is we are recycling that one. That means that is coming to the mainstream. For example, industrial waste, for example, any type of byproducts for plastic industries. Actually, we are generating. Actually, the plastic which is coming to the domestic sectors, out of that 60% can be recycled. That means it is has been collected by this kabadiwalas. But for like mineral water bottles, if you are throwing anywhere, that is coming to the kabadiwala and it is again gathering and it is going to the one recyclers. That actual supply chain is unorganized, but that is a supply chain already. It is available each and every cities. But some plastics, it is very difficult to collect. That means unattended or non collectible plastic waste that is coming. Can you imagine that if 40% of plastic waste out of this 100 lakh tons that is coming, just I was calculating that 40 lakh tons that plastic is getting generated, that is not collected. If that plastic actually itself that is not going to the dustbins or municipal, we people, we citizens of India, we are throwing that to our dustbin. It is going directly to the areas. Out of that, actually some few plastics people are collecting, but one study actually we have conducted that 40 lakh tons per annum that is not collectible. So if you see that 40 lakhs tons at the rate of 60 rupees, now the recycling plastic cost has been gone more. It varies from 25 to 60 rupees. In 60 rupees means that is coming 24 lakhs rupees, around 24,000 crore of plastic waste that in rupees that is getting wasted by us without if properly we can manage this plastic waste, we can keep in our particularly at source. We have to bring some management systems, or we will enhance by force even. Sometimes actually we Indian mostly we do not obey the guidelines led by the governments. Sometimes we mostly like if you see this motor vehicle act that is actually in Bhubaneswar particularly people are now following. But that this act was earlier also there. But actually one strict one enforcement if will come, definitely all will obey that one. If we can stop this plastic waste to go to our dustbins, definitely the country can save approximately 24,000 crores per annum in plastics. I'm telling in plastic. Like similarly, if you'll see the construction sites, lot of leftovers are there, lot of digging soils are there, lot of things are there, leftover of this rods, leftover of this sand, leftover of this some wooden items. Similarly, that can be properly now actually lot of digitations are there. If we can manage actually lot of actually I have attended a lot of startup for events. Actually, some people, some students, young students, they think that actually if we can manage this waste, that means one is a needy persons are there, another is a generators are there. If we can correlate all these things, definitely that supply chain can be met. Similarly, for example, leftover of some foods, like you might have heard that roti banks or something like that. Some leftovers are there, some needy people are there, so the hungry people are there. If somebody is telling something, if we can manage all hello,
Madam, you can mute all.
somebody is
Yes, sir.
somebody is telling. Similarly, actually, someone actually that is actually supply and demand. Somebody. Okay, now it is okay. I think. Now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so actually, if actually through this program, I expect that if some young entrepreneur, some young persons, or some young students or final year students, they can develop little bit small softwares. That means somebody in need of some items and somebody is having excess or leftovers, like whether that is a food, whether that is a building or the construction sites, anything like somebody is generating and somebody a lot of recycles are there. Actually it may be difficult to collect that plastic waste from the municipal solid waste, but it will be very easy to collect from the households if they are keeping in a clean and dry way. That means by keeping all these leftovers, you can also generate money. That means this waste sometimes actually, if you say in my childhood, I have seen that actually in cocoa dust. Cocoa dust means coconut, that coir dust. Mostly actually a lot of coconuts were there. Actually, that farmers used to take that coconut and a lot of dust are there, and that people are throwing here and there. Now, if you see that cocoa dust is selling at the cost of 50 rupees per kg, people are using in gardening and rooftop gardening. That cocoa pit, in the name of cocoa pit, is coming. In my childhood, I was seeing that nobody was picking that one, and also I heard that that is being used by this for making this chicken feeds. So something that actually that waste was there, waste now also it is there. The thing is that we have to bring small tools or some technology to modify that one, or to add something or add some technology. Definitely we can get a lot of things. Actually, somebody told that actually if we can manage to sell soil can also be sold because somebody need soil. Similarly, anything whatever you are making waste or what is already waste, from that, if some technology will bring that this program is, the program can be justified. That means some technology, whether that is a digital technology, that means supply and demand, whether that is a digital technology or that is a some technological technology that to modify that waste to wealth, then that will be very much useful. That is not only in plastics, anything that actually we can emphasize this program that implies all the waste in and around us, and will not take anything or examples in our city. If we can bring a little small tools or some small technology to modify that or to add that actually will start from the beginning, then that will be very much useful. And a lot of startup programs are there. So our students, actually your CGU students, they can also be benefited that final year. In that final year, some projects are there. If they can take some projects in this regard, then this program will be very useful. Thank you very much. Actually, I will be there in contact with Dr. Sunita Rautray. If some outcome will come in regards with the plastic, I am ready to there to help you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I welcome Dr. Sunita Rautray, Program Coordinator, to give the vote of thanks.
Myself,
Madam,
Dr. Yes. Myself, Dr. Sunita Rautray, Program Coordinator of the FDP, is feeling privileged to be a voter present over here. I, on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering Department, C.V. Raman Global University, Odisha, extends a hearty vote of thanks to all delegates of the AICTE-sponsored Atal Faculty Program on Waste Technology. I extend my thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri P.K. Sahu sir, for taking out time for his busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day. A special thanks to Chairperson Professor B.S. Satyanarayan sir for providing the necessary support for organizing this FDP. I also extend Professor Sunil Kumar Sadangi sir and Professor M.S. Das sir for their valuable advice and support to make this program successful. I am also thankful to Dr. D.K. Biswal sir, Head of the Mechanical Engineering Department, for his overall support for organizing this FDP. I extend my thanks to AICTE for sponsoring this faculty development program. I am thankful to Ms. Adyansi Patnaik, Mr. Rakesh D, and Dr. Kalinga Bal for their effort and enormous cooperation. Without their efforts, the program may not have been possible to organize successfully. Once again, thank you everyone. Hope you all enjoy the sessions ahead. Have a good day. And in the first session, that is at 10:30, we'll first listen from Sri P.K. Sahu sir on value addition from plastic waste. So hope all of you join the session at 10:30. Now I request all of you kindly switch on the video so we can have a photograph. All of you please switch on the video. Professor Ernest, your video is off, sir. Kindly switch on that, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's off. D. Okay, Nali. Just a minute, sir. One more. Okay, thank you, sir. And so hope we'll have a nice time ahead in this 5 days period. And first the session is at 10:30. So we'll meet at a time. So for the now the inauguration session is over. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.